This is an extract from the play Our Country's Good by Timberlake and Wertenbaker. I'll be playing the character Ketch, and Richard will be playing the character Ralph.
I'm not a convict. I don't sin.
To be sure, sir. Forgive me. But if we're in God's hands, then surely it's he who makes us sin. I was given a guardian angel when I was born, like all good Catholics. But why didn't me guardian angel look after me better? I think he must have stayed in Ireland. I think the devil's tempted me mother to London, and both our guardian angels stayed behind. If I'd have been an angel, I wouldn't have wanted to leave it either. Have you ever been to Ireland, sir? It's a beautiful country. And when we came within 6 fields of Westminster, the devils took over. But it's not God's judgment I'm frightened of. It's the women's. They're so hard. Why is that?
Look, why have you come here?
I'm getting to that, sir.
Hurry up, then.
I'm speaking as fast as I can, sir.
Ketch!
James! Sir. James Daniel Patrick. After me 3 uncles. Good men they were too. Didn't go to London. And if me mother hadn't brought us to London, may God give peace to her soul and read pity into the hearts of hard-working women. Because the docks are in London. And if I hadn't been on the docks on that day, May 23rd, 1785. Do you remember it, sir? Shadwell Dock. If we hadn't left, then nothing would have happened. I wouldn't have become a coal heaver on Shadwell Dock and been there on May 23rd when they weren't paying us because we refused to unload. I wasn't even near the sailor who got killed. He shouldn't have done the unloading. That was wrong of the sailors, but I didn't kill him. Maybe one blow, just to show I wasn't stupid, just to show I was with the lads. Even if I wasn't, but I didn't kill him. And of course they took 5 at random, sir. And I was among the 5, and they found the cudgel, but I just used that to look good, that's all. And later they said to me, hang or give names. What'd you do? What would you have done, sir?
I wouldn't have been in that situation, Freeman.
This is an extract from the play Toast by Richard Bean. I'll be playing the character Lance. Would it be possible to touch you for a cigarette? I normally eschew the weed on health grounds naturally, but in times like this I feel the pressure of social conformity is greater than my will to live. I'm not a student, Walter. I'm here to see you. I can't tell you, Walter, that being dead has made a significant difference to my life. I have no concerns of my health, and I groom less. It is very opportune, me being on a smoke, whilst you take your half hour alone in the canteen. It is quite perfect. One might even say designed. I feared I'd have to corner you in the lavatory, or steal 30 seconds in the mixing room, just to be with you. Are you prepared, Walter? Yes, that's exactly what I said. How can one prepare? Death is the only real adventure. Planning, preparation, making ready, all tosh. A willing acquiescence with fate is all that one can reasonably contribute. I tried to tell them, but they take very little notice of me. I said, take him away, snatch him suddenly. Why go to the expense of sending a messenger? Do you realise, Walter, to send me here has required 8 signatures on 2 separate requisitions. One for the exceptional expenditure incurred, and one for a 4-day visa. It is true that I am chosen for this role because I am, so I understand, to be mildly eccentric. But this is functional. The living dismiss me as a madman, leaving only my clients to take me seriously, and you, Walter, are a client. Your time is up, Walter. They've made a decision at last, an all-night meeting. A compromise solution was suggested, which though not ideal, do not damage the long-term objectives of either party. There's a place for you now. A provision has been made. Your loyalty to this company, an all-round contribution to society, though be it in the narrow area of bread mass production, served you well. The committee actually calculated how many loaves you've mixed in the 45 years you've worked here. 220 million! That's an awful lot of toast, Walter. Trust me, it's not as bad as it sounds. I know where you're going. It's not perfect, but it could be worse. And let's just say there are a few more ovens here, comprendes? You're going to die, Walter. Tonight. It'll be quick, and thankfully there'll be hardly any mess. Right, this is an extract from the play Gilbert or Frank by Terrence Mosley. I'll be playing the character Stevenson. I'm in the locker room all the time, my friend. And my informal survey tells me that black guys are swinging. They hung like Christmas lights. It makes sense anthropologically speaking. I'm not saying I'm an anthropologist, Frank, but how else is a black man gonna make it in the wilderness? You guys gotta be competitive. Just like modern life, you gotta know where you stand. I like to know where I stand. When I glance, it tells me everything I need to know about the competition. And this is the way I see it. The guy dressing next to me, hypothetically, he could best me career-wise. He could be driving a beautiful car. He could be making much more money than me. But when his towel comes off and reveals he's got a quarter-pack of Mentos for a dick, I know I'll pass him. I know eventually I'll catch up. Because covering the smell of genetic failure with designer NBA toilet water just won't do. People always know. Wait, no, don't take offense. You don't go to the gym. As a result, you're a little husky and your clothes, they look a little sloppy. Your appearance, as you know, is everything. A man who doesn't care about his appearance must feel like he's got something to fall back on. I've always assumed the way you hold yourself that you're swinging. I'll be honest. You should have gotten this promotion. You're a good guy, good communicator. But you should try a little harder to show you got the whole package. Because when you pass me, I'll know my place. Just as you'll know yours. This is an extract from the play The Vortex. And I will be playing the character Nicky. Look at me. You've given me nothing my whole life. Nothing that counts. You forget what I've seen tonight, Mother. I've seen you make a vulgar, disgusting fool of yourself in your own home. And on top of that, humiliate yourself before a boy half your age. The misery of losing Bunty faded away after that happened. Everything's comparative after all. You ran after him up the stairs because your vanity wouldn't let you lose him. It isn't that you loved him, no. You only loved them loving you. And your so-called passion and temperament is false. Your whole existence is degenerated into an endless empty craving for admiration and flattery. And you say you've done no harm to anyone. Father used to be a clever man, with a strong will and a capacity for enjoying almost anything, and now he's nothing. A complete non-entity because his soul has been crushed. How could it be otherwise? You've let him down consistently for years, and God knows I'm nothing for him to look forward to, but I might have been if it hadn't been for you. You're not happy, you're never happy, you're fighting all the time to keep your youth and your looks as though they mattered in the end. You're not young or beautiful. I'm seeing for the first time now just how ugly you are. It's horrible. With your silly fair hair and your face all plastered and painted. Mother, sit up. Now then, you're not going to have any more lovers. You're not going to be beautiful or successful ever again. You're going to be my mother for once. It's about time I had one before I go over the edge altogether. I love you, really. That's why it's so awful. This is an extract from the play Foxfinder by Dawn King. I'll be playing the character William. The personal journal of William Blore, Monday. Arrive at the farm of Mr. and Mrs. Samuel Covey. During the journey here I noticed several birds circling overhead in a suspicious manner. Due to the rain was unable to make an accurate identification, but was in any case glad to reach cover. The Covey's farm is very remote, prime territory for an infestation. It is late. I am tired and my room unusually cold. But this only serves to drive any distractions from my mind and remind me of the seriousness of my mission. My preliminary questioning took place after an excellent leek and potato soup provided by Judith, and my first impressions led me to some immediate conclusions. 1. The death of the Covey's only child, Daniel, Samuel's illness, disappearance of Cat, and the downturn in the farm's productivity all occurred in March this year. 2. Judith is attempting to be friendly with me, but is clearly afraid. Despite this, she challenged my presence here and nearly asked me to leave. An unusually brave woman, or desperate one. 3. The death of the Covey's only child was not reported. Why? 4. Samuel is tense, almost to the point of aggression, parental grief combined with stress. Possibly. But there could be something more.